I believe the Pattern Wizard is the best software to use when it comes to creating your own chip carving patterns on your computer. While this program is very useful for creating scroll saw, stained glass patterns, relief carving designs, puzzle patterns, and other craft designs, in this lesson series, we'll focus on patterns for chip carving. I've tried other programs and found that they were designed for other kinds of work, were hard to learn how to use, and confused me so much that I gave up. But soon after I started using the Pattern Wizard, I found I could easily create a variety of chip carving patterns with a minimal learning curve. In this lesson, I'll show you some of the Pattern Wizard basics that you'll frequently use. If you haven't done so already, I'd encourage you to install the free Pattern Wizard trial using the link found in the description below. Pause this lesson, install the Pattern Wizard, and open the program and follow along with me. To start a new pattern, click on File, New, or use the New icon directly below File in the upper left-hand corner. There's a few things we'd like to change when it comes to setting up our screen. Click on View and select Draft. Next, View, and you'll see we have a choice between inches and millimeters. Be sure millimeters has been selected. Also, set the grid dimensions to 5. This will create a 5 millimeter grid. But notice we still don't see the grid. That's because we have to zoom in. You can do this with the plus key on your keyboard. Once, twice, 3 times, and there's the grid. We can also zoom in using the magnifying glass on the top toolbar. Click on Zoom, left click to zoom in, right click to zoom out. Also, I'd like to change the line width. It defaults at 5. Normally for our patterns we'll do 0.5, but for these purposes, so you can see the lines real well, I'm going to select 2. Creating patterns is easy using these 6 icons on the top of your toolbar. We'll go over them one by one and I'll show you how they work. We'll start with Draw a Line. Left click on that icon and left click once on your drawing page. Drag your mouse and double click to end drawing the line. We can also connect lines together. Left click, drag, left click once, drag, left click again, and double click to end the line. One tool you'll find very useful is the Undo button. I'm going to click that to remove the shapes I just drew. Next is our Draw a Rectangle button. Left click on your drawing screen, drag, and left click to create a rectangle. We can do the same thing and create a square, except this time hold down your Control key, left click, and drag to form a perfect square. Next in line is the Draw Ellipse tool. Left click and drag to form an ellipse. Similar to the Draw a Rectangle tool, hold down your Control key, left click and drag to form a perfect circle. Our fourth icon is the Draw Arc tool. Left click, and a third click to form an arc. Our fifth tool is the Draw Curve tool. By making a series of left clicks, we can form a curve in whatever shape we desire. If we don't like the shape of the curve, click the Select tool and click on one of the points that you created. Now you can push and pull that point to change the shape of your curve. We can do this with as many points along the curve as we wish. If there's a place on the curve where you wish to change the shape but there aren't any points, you can add a point. Do that with the green cross icon on top. Select that, and as I click here, it inserts a point onto the curve. Now I will select that point I just created, and I can push it to a new location. And the fourth tool is the Draw Sketch tool. This time, left click and hold your left mouse button down, and you'll see that we can draw a curve of various shapes just by clicking and dragging. This will be a useful tool when it comes to drawing freeform designs. I'm going to go back and create a rectangle and show you how we can change the size of this rectangle and its orientation. We can choose the Select tool on top to select this shape. I can double click on one of the lines, or I can click in the center to select the entire shape. Now right click and you'll see a number of options available. We can change the line width, we can flip it, mirror image, rotate, size it, and center it on the page. Let's change the size. If I want it proportional, leave that box checked, but I'm going to uncheck it and make this box 200 by 100 millimeters. Click OK, and it's automatically sized correctly. Next, I'll right click and choose Center. This centers my object in my drawing screen, aligning it with the rule on top, 0 at the center, and the rule on the left, again, 0 is at the center. To enlarge this image, hit your space bar, and that will center the image on your viewing screen. To zoom out, I can use my minus key on my keyboard. Next, right click again, and let's rotate this object. Let's rotate it 90 degrees. I can undo that, bring it back to its original location, and show you we can rotate it 45 degrees if we like. Any angle is possible. Another tool you may find useful is the pull a line and curve away from a point icon. That's up on the top and shown by the red X. When I click on it and click on one of the corners, now I can click and drag these lines apart from each other. They've been detached. When you hover your mouse over the white down pointing arrow, you'll see that it says Snap Points to Grid. I'll select that tool and choose my Draw Line tool, and I'll show you exactly what happens. When I click inside the center of one of the squares and inside the center of another, notice it immediately snaps to an intersecting point on the grid. Let me show you that again. See how it snapped to those intersecting points. This can be useful when we're drawing rosettes and other shapes for our patterns. If we don't have it selected, now when I click in the center and the center, that line will remain in its present location. If you'd like, you can also add notes to your pattern. Click the Note tool up on top, click inside your object where you want to place the note, and type your text. Click OK, and you'll see your text has been inserted into your object. We can move that by using your Select tool and clicking and dragging it wherever you like. Those are the basics of using the Pattern Wizard. We'll apply it in the next lessons, so stay tuned. Thanks for joining me. Remember, introduce a kid to chip carving.